Welcome back. A voicemail that Joe Biden left his troubled son Hunter in 2018 was just made public, urging him to get help for his drug issues. Just 3 days after a gun purchase that could ultimately lead to charges for the first son. Joe Biden saying during that voicemail, quote, "I know you don't know what to do. I don't either." And he went on from there. For more on this possible Hunter Biden indictment, maybe before the midterm elections, let's welcome in former acting U.S. Attorney General Matthew Whitaker. Matt, great to have you back on. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
I'm wondering what you make of all this. The Washington Post reporting that Hunter could be indicted on some weak T charges here. Tax fraud, money laundering, foreign lobbying, and then buying that gun illegally. My question to you, could the DOJ be doing this to protect Joe Biden and insulate Hunter from more serious charges, and then use all that as justification, basically claim they're bipartisan, to then indict and go after Donald Trump?
You know, I think that's a really good point. And as I look at this case, I see several things that concern me. You know, the first thing is that Hunter Biden has been the poster child for the two-tiered system of justice. You know, we have seen a Department of Justice that seems to doggedly go after Donald Trump and all of his friends and associates. And at the same time, you know, Hunter Biden for 3+ years that we've had the access to the information in the laptop has, you know, kind of got away with, you know, no search warrants, no overt investigative steps. And so, you know, as I look at this case, you know, this U.S. attorney has to charge all the crimes and, again, follow the rules and the procedures of the Department of Justice. And every readily provable offense needs to be charged. And you listed some of them, but, you know, I think so much of this is a public corruption and influence peddling, but it's also a national security case that is very concerning, how compromised by Chinese, by Ukrainians, by Russians and others, you know, the Biden family is.
Yeah, and we'll see how this plays out. But it's important to just remember how much of a Joe Biden story the Hunter Biden story really is. Do you think there's a chance that maybe Democrats, if they get, let's say they get shellacked in the midterms, they use this story that they buried before the 2020 election to then bury Joe Biden in 2024 and make sure they get a new candidate?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you know, if the monolithic Democrat Party actually organize themselves in that effective a manner, you know, possibly. I probably see it a little clunkier. I think you're going to see Hunter Biden probably indicted right after the midterms. I don't think the Department of Justice would want to raise a, you know, political issue like Hunter and the Biden family before the midterms. But yeah, I mean, this could be the first brick that actually prevents Joe Biden from running again. But not to be a political analyst, but I will be. I just don't think they're going to be able to then put Kamala Harris up, who would be the next in line as a credible candidate.
Right.
You know, she would lose 49 of the 50 states, quite frankly, and might even, you know, be competitive in California with a Republican because she's so terrible.
Yeah, she lost the primary in her home state of California to Elizabeth Warren, by the way. She came in third place. Okay, just a quick question about this story just coming out. So we've got FBI, the John Durham trial taking place right now. An FBI analyst, and you were Attorney General, so you ran the Department of Justice. In Tuesday in court, they claim that the FBI offered Christopher Steele. Okay, so he's the author of the Steele dossier, which has been completely discredited, by the way, $1 million to somehow corroborate all of the evidence that was supposedly in that Steele dossier. What do you make of that? And do you believe that? Do you buy that the corruption could run that deep?
Well, this witness that testified to this is someone that would have had knowledge. It was an FBI employee who worked on this case, on the Steele dossier and trying to corroborate it. So I don't, think there's any doubt. I think it's extraordinary. I think it demonstrates how desperate the FBI was to prove the contents of the Steele dossier. But ultimately, they used it without corroborating it in the, Carter Page FISA warrant. So, I think this is one of those prime examples where the Department of Justice and the FBI was desperate to get Trump.
Yeah, Matt, I keep scratching my head asking where those 51 Intel experts are who said the laptop was Russian misinformation back in 2017. Matthew Whitaker, former acting Attorney General, thanks so much for being with us. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. Thank you.
Bye.